When you see this sign, know that your time, your lifting, and the word of the Lord has come. I just chose him randomly because I didn't know which one of you to call. I saw a young boy like that in Port Harcourt, in a little church by water lines. And I said to the people, God has come to lift you. They didn't understand. So I called him, come sir. I said to him, what's your name? He said, Peter. I said, stand here. He was wearing slippers. I mean bathroom slippers. It was an early morning service. We came there at 5 to cry. So I was rounding up. I usually would round up and then go and enter taxi there at water lines and start heading up north. So I said, this is the lowest level you will ever see Peter. The governor then in Rivers was Peter Odili. So I said to them again, look at him. Oh. In fact, bring the offering basket and give an offering for this word. And they gave. And I told him, Lord bless you. Welcome to your brand new day. Go to your seat. The next time I was in Port Harcourt, it was 2 months later. The pastor heard I was preaching somewhere, so he started calling. He said, are you passing by water lines? I said, oh no, Frank, I really can't make it because I'm going to the airport. He said, you have to. I said, why? Oh yeah, meet me now. Go to the airport. Let's meet at the airport. He said, no. You have to. Peter wants to see you. I said, who is Peter? That boy you prayed for. You remember? I said, I gave it to you people as a token now. I don't need to see him, to see that God has prospered him. I knew I was anointed before I left Kaduna. So he forced me to pass by. So I passed by the church. And he put Ghana must go on the table. I said, what is this? He says, an offering. I said, what is inside? Because that's how if they give me things, I dash them on the road. One day they gave me one fish in Port Harcourt. I was entering an aeroplane. I said, I'll be smelling fish. So I prayed for the people. As I reached the airport, I see one security man. I said, keep it for me. He said, where? I said, in your stomach. They called the name of the fish. It's a special fish. They give it to royalty. I said, me, I'll carry fish to Abuja. Enter motor. They smell fish. Carry and go house. I gave it. So I thought this fish chopped up. It was 200 naira notes, bundles. They filled Ghana must go. Then Peter told me his testimony. He said, after I left, him and pastor prayed that this strange prophecy. So he said, what is he going to do? He said, look for work. So he was passing by in the GRA. Then he heard them saying that they are employing laborers. One man was gathering people. Do you want to do labor work? He said he will do it. He has HND. So they took them inside a motor, drove into government house, and they gave them portions of grass to cut. And they gave them mowers. So he was practicing cutting. Then here comes Peter Odili with some group of people. And they were walking past and talking. They had gone to inspect something and they were going back to his office. So they stood and they were looking at them cutting the grass. So he saw this guy. He said, young man, have you cut grass before? He said, no. He said, you are doing it so well. He said, yes. What's your name? He says, my name is Peter. So he said, you're my namesake. And you speak good English. Did you go to school? He said, yes, he has a HND. HND in what? He told him. He said, you are cutting grass? He said, there's no work, sir. So he asked him, where are you from? They come from the same village. So he said, really? And you have a HND? So he turned to the white people and said, these are the kind of things I like to do. He said, follow me. And he went into the office, and then he told his PA, who was from the village too, and they asked and found out that, oh, they know the family. Oh, you go. So he said, okay, you go home, you get ready and report to office and work with her as a second PA. Then he told me, he said, Pastor, I know God before. He said, but I didn't know this type. He said, so every day, he said, I didn't steal money. He said, but every day people come and see Oga. I now call him Daddy. When they are passing, they bless us. And it's always in US dollars. He said it. He said, I could not eat the money because I know it's not my money. He said, so I've been keeping the tithe. He said, I bought land too. I bought car, is doing car hire. He was telling me. He said, this is the Lord's portion. And you prophesied it. And my pastor has been the one keeping it. I've never seen money in Ghana must go for me alone. So fear caught me. I told Frank, I said, if they send two of you from Atlantic Ocean, your money perish with you. So Frank said, what will he do with the money? I said, go and put it in the account. If it makes it to the bank and enters my account, it is from God. I'm not carrying it. How do you carry money and be looking for police escort on the road? I kiss Grace. It's one Delta boy that used that slang for me. I showed him one old girl, 40-something. I said, oh boy, the girl is a solid Christian. She never married. He was just 21. I said, if I marry her, may you reduce the problems of the church. He said, Daddy, I kiss Grace. So I started thinking of it. I kiss Grace. How can, it's only Delta, Edo, those two towns. Now they can make those kind of slang. How person go kiss Grace? No, we say I kiss Grace, man, no. Now Grace. Till today, I cannot forget that boy. He walked with me. That's how I left too. My body was trembling in the aircraft. When I landed, I told the Lord, no. No, they use me for that kind of prophecy. But now I don't old, I don't mature. You will see it. Not only will you see it here, you will see it in your life. This year is come buy from me, saith the Lord, without gold, without silver. You get pockets for your trouser. Come now, you get pockets for your trouser. Pull them out the way we used to do in primary school. When they say you get money, swear, say you don't get money, then pull it out. Climb up the stage, make them see you. No, don't laugh. Do it. Look at these pockets. Anybody will get pocket for here, pull them out like this man. I'm telling you, if you don't get no problem, just don't let this escape your mind. This is the year. Beginnings. When you will be walking through, buying, owning, giving out, and selling without silver and without gold. Walk to the end and walk back. You are walking in yours. Everyone watching you will walk in it. Empty pockets. This is the last time you will worry about capital. You are not economists. The kingdom of Zion runs on a different economy. His word. Now this is the word of the Lord. Buy of me without gold, without silver. This is the word of the Lord. By prosperity shall my cities yet spread abroad. He said it in Zechariah. But Haggai said, the gold is mine. The silver is mine. The interpretation of that scripture is the gold and the silver for the budget is already in my pocket. Already. The budget has already been met. It's only asking you to walk. How does the message put it again? It said, come and go. There are new lands to go to. There are new places to go to. There are people to reach. That's it. Reach them. Okay, I've given you latitude. If you keep on walking 50 times, that is how far you will go. The prophet said to Elijah, if you had struck until you finished, the prophet said to the king, you would have killed your enemies totally. Empty your quiver. Real estate is not the key to gospel expansion. Don't let anybody deceive you. FX is not the key. It's the word of the Lord. When he says it is time, it is time. Go with your pockets out, Piro. Go! Every bill paid, every limit exceeded, every standard eclipsed, every target. That's your lot. As sure as the Lord lives, before whom I stand. Sebi Deacon did campaign and returned. Where did the money come from? Even if it was little money, where did it come from? So it meant that the potential was always there. With a handful of corn, you will lend to nations. Stretch out your hands. Stretch out your hands. Begin to lend to nations. The hand of the lender is over the giver. The receiver. Always. The hand of the lender is lifted and is higher, exalted above the receiver. With a handful, not a bag full, sir, a handful of corn. Thank you. Say, Father, thank you for the privilege of walking with you. Your words are like gold, refined in the fire. Satan, I bind you. You have no access. You have no opportunity. You cannot venture on my path. With my legs, I have joined the pilgrims that came to worship. The Lord has accepted my sacrifice. He has honored me with a word, the crown of salvation. I spit on you. I defy you. Your powers are degenerated. Your sons are dead in the street. I win. Whatever you do does not matter. All things, both the things working for me and the things working against me, they unite now at the word of the Lord to bring his vision to pass. I am passing. You cannot say no way. You are the bridge that will take me across and take me to the other side. You are part of the bridge. You are my stepping stone. I'm a new breed. Unique. Now let's thank God. Lift up your hands and say, Father, thank you. I thought I knew you, but now I know you differently. I'm worse than Job. What I heard before was hearsay. Now I'm standing at the verge of a new experience. I enter into this season of demonstrations. Demonstrations of your kingdom and power. So help me, God. When my heart fails, You will send the rain and the dew to refresh me, remind me, and renew my zeal. So help me God. Take your brother beside you or your sister beside you. Just one person in front or behind you. Just touch somebody and speak to them. Say, see me. This is the least level you will ever see me. This is the least promise you will hear come out of my mouth. I will speak like God. Massive, deep, penetrating, escalating, just like God. So help me God. Why don't you congratulate 5 people for coming into a new season? A new season. A new season of demonstrations, empowerment. Welcome, Mrs. Mena. Welcome. Welcome. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. It's a new season. Demonstration of power, of healing, of virtue. Demonstrations. A new season. A new season. A new season. A new season. Listen, because of the Grace Tribe, a new development is coming in the neighborhood where you are. Because of the Grace Tribe, real estate is going to become more pricey than gold because of the place you are. It's a token. Where you all live, watch and see. God will begin to drive new things there. It's a portent to tell you, you are the generation He's going to use in reversing that statement. When people say, I'm looking for greener pasture, there's no green pasture. Where you are is the green pasture. You are the pasture. I said you are the pasture. There is no school that is better, or no certificate better than the other. Today, God is reversing it. Whether you go to Laspo Tech, somebody said they are from Laspo Tech. I say, are you joking? Or is it the sound of a drink? It doesn't matter. Whether you are in a polytechnic doing a certificate, or it doesn't matter. What you have is gold. You are the qualifier. You are the new identity of every brand. That's the word of the Lord. I said it's the word of the Lord. If it is for you, let me hear you shout, say yeah. I hear the number 9 people. 9. This year alone, you have changed business so many times. The Lord said, stop. Drop all of them. Go back and sit down with His word for a season. Confusion is not going to be part of the things He will use in these days. Just go back and sit down till the word of God calms you down, until contentment comes. When you find yourself eating 2 grains of beans and you are thanking God for dinner, then know that you are ready. Out of nowhere, you will not see storm, you will not see dark clouds, the winds will not blow, but every ditch around you will be filled with water. 9 of you If you are one of those people, lift up your hands. No. If you are one of them, you have changed business so 9 times between January and now. Let me see your hand. 1. Are you really putting up your hand for that? 2, 3, 4. If you are at the back, wave it so that I can know. 7, 8. Because I heard the number. Now, receive the word of the Lord. Go back home and quit each of them. Sit down with the word. Listen to the messages that were